cobra. Your toes are down on the floor at the outer edge of your mat, and you're not necessarily arching your back or tucking anything. You're just trying to like ground yourself. First, I want your elbows underneath your shoulders. And you start here by rolling your shoulders towards your ears and then pushing all the way away to give yourself a lot of space. Great. Inhaling here. You're going to exhale, slowly stretch up your arms just a little bit, almost like lifting your elbows a tiny bit off the floor. Inhale again, and then exhale, lower down. Now, let's think of this as like a way to create more space in the shoulders. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, ground into the mat. You're stretching up your arms maybe a little bit more. Great. Inhale here, and then lift the belly button up as you melt yourself back down. So you're really working on creating that lift from the belly. One more time. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, we're trying to come up even higher. And just noticing where your stopping point is. Inhale here. And then exhale, find your way back down. Great. Inhale again. And now exhale, can you push away just with your left arm and reach your right arm long? Great. Inhale, bring your right arm down. And exhale, melt. Super. Other hand. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, you push more in with your right hand. Stretch up that right arm. Lift the left. Inhale again. Putting the hand down. Pushing again a little bit higher. Exhale, melt the elbows. Great. One more time on each side. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, push in with the left, reaching the right. Now you still want to keep your hips very much balanced, meaning you're not trying to lift your hips anywhere. It's almost this sensation of lengthening out your spine. We're also not trying to compress the lower back. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, push in with that right arm. So if you feel like your lower back is not happy, just stay lower down to the floor. Remember, we're just lifting with the belly and the spine gets stretched simultaneously, finding our way all the way back. Great. From here, you're tucking your toes for me, opening up your chest, seeing if you need to adjust, and then lifting your hips off the floor for your long plank here on your forearms for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great. Your knees come down. You shift your weight back, and you can walk yourself all the way back for a moment, allowing that back to stretch. Great. Take another deep inhale here. And then exhale, find your way onto your left side. Please supporting your head in your hands. Bringing knees together, heels off the floor. Your right hand comes all the way up behind your head. Great. Let's inhale, open up the knee and squeeze the knee together as you reach the arm up. So we're working here on this concept of small, steady but intentional moves, and noticing how your knee and your hand are kind of moving in opposite directions. One opens, the other closes. Now, even here, I want you to think about how much lift can I bring into this feeling of the knee and squeeze the inner thighs together. Good. 3 more. And even if there is no weight that you're lifting, you can still create your own resistance, right? Like you still feel, where is my shoulder? Can I lift my elbow a little bit more? Do I want even more reach in a different direction? And these are choices you get to make. For the last one here. Great. Opening up the knee, keeping the hand behind your head. We're closing the knee to the front, and then you're opening the foot. Meaning you're trying to keep your hips stacked, but you're creating like a little bit of a lift within that right leg. So your knee closes and taps. It's almost like this knee is making like a round shape to come back and tap. Now, if you feel like your hip is tight here, you don't have to go all the way to the top, or you can also make a smaller range of motion. Great. You can also lower the bottom leg if you'd like, so you don't have to go so high with the lift. Great. 2 more. And then your last time here. Great. Great, lowering the bottom leg, stretching out that right leg here, giving it a flex and lowering that right leg down. Now your hips are still stacked one on top of each other. You're pointing your toes, you're lifting it up. So you can choose to keep your hand where it is, or you can add that extra reach to the top as your leg comes up. Now you don't necessarily have to touch your toes, but it's just kind of like a nice indication of like, where's your reach intention going? Great, we have another 4. Now within each reach, I still want you to think about finding a way beyond, even if you're not necessarily getting there. You're like focusing on that just subtle reach of beyond where you were before. And you're using that flex to articulate, and the toes get pointed and really reaching, so that not just the leg is part of this process, but the foot as well. For the next 2. Great. Slowly pushing on down, engaging the belly as you push on up with the toes for last reach. Great. Hands come behind your head, knees come back together, and take a deep breath. Cool. You're rolling straight away onto your back, coming into a bridge position. So soles of your feet stay on the floor, palms come down, opening up your chest. Great. Noticing where you're at, grounding into the feet as you slowly lift on up. I don't think I've ever done a bridge in this position. I always face the other direction. So changing things up, everyone. Great. From here, take a nice deep inhale and slowly and steadily reach the arms all the way up towards the ceiling as your bum comes down. Now, as you lift back up, I want you to circle your arms all the way around and find your way back to your starting point. So you're inhaling up with the arms, bum comes down, and then exhale, circle around. So you'll notice that the lift of the belly and of the hips is a little bit faster than that full arm circling around, and that's actually totally okay as well. So you're inhaling, tapping, and maybe you can time it so that your hips reach their final lifting point, or maybe not. It's really all good, as long as you're noticing how much reach you can create here with the arms. Great, we have another 3. And using that full capacity of your breath, right? You're inhaling, expanding. Exhale, really squeeze all of that air out of your lungs for the next 2 here. And then your last full one. Excellent, bringing your arms all the way up, palms forward facing, heels dug into the ground, lifting your toes off the floor. I want you to open up your arms to your goalpost position. And now on the reach up, you're tapping down with your bum all the way. So you're inhale, lifting up, exhale, tapping down. Now, if you feel that your calves at any point start to get crampy, you can always just put your feet right back down. And I also want you to think about that lift that's happening is fully happening from the belly, but you're still activating your bum and your legs, meaning your glutes, your hamstrings, your thighs are all still part of the process. So the main focus comes from the belly reach, but also to kind of incorporate as many body parts as we can, so that everything we do is essentially full body, right? Your chest is open, your arms are moving, your legs are holding you, your belly is actively breathing and lifting. Good, 2 more. Last full time here. Great, let's stay with our arms in our goalpost position, but not tapping the floor. We're lifting up the hips just a little bit, making small mini pulses. So you're still engaging the belly, seeing if you can wiggle your fingers to stretch out your fingertips a little bit more. We have another 5. Keep breathing for 4. Remember, you're grounding into your heels, lifting for 3, 2, and 1. Super. Soles of your feet on the floor, reach the arms up, and then melt your spine down 1 vertebrae at a time on 3, 2, and 1. Hug those knees into your chest for a second, and then just allow your body to rock side to side. Great. We're going to slowly come on up and find our way over to the right side, where we connect here. Great. So you're lifting those heels off the floor. Left hand comes behind your head. So you're opening that top knee. Exhale, reach. So again, engaging the glutes, making sure that the shoulder is still melting down on the left side. And you can think about the elbow placement. What I mean is if you want your elbow to be further down, you can. But you can also kind of have that elbow at a very lifted upward position so that your arm is going straight up to the ceiling. Great, we have another 4. And just noticing again what body parts are starting to speak to you. Where do you feel a little bit more activation than others? Last 2. And last one. Good. Hands come behind your head. So you're opening here. We bring the knee down to kiss the other knee, and then you open up to kiss the toes. Now within this range, my circle here or my half circle here is definitely not as graceful on the left side. You're trying to still keep the hips stacked, meaning I don't want you shifting those hips yet. I want the hips nice and glued. You feel the core sort of really work in this movement downwards, and then you're like, wait, I gotta go up and use the belly breath. Good, we have another 4. And remember, if this range of motion feels weird for your hips, you can always bring the bottom leg down so that you're making kind of like a bigger move and you don't have to stay up so high, or just make it smaller. Great, last time here. Super, so you're lowering this leg down, you're reaching this leg all the way up, and you're slowly flexing on the way down, noticing where you're pushing from. Hips are still staying stacked, articulating your toes, and then reaching all the way. I still find it so interesting that my left leg is so much more flexible, but not as smooth. So, we all have that side. What does my hairdresser call it? The choco side? Where like, one side is always a little bit nicer, or does smoother things. So, you know, it's okay. It's part of the process. But it's also nice just to notice where can you be a little bit smoother and where do you need to work a little bit harder. Great. We've got another 4 here. So just again, noticing how much control you have here. And even if you feel like I am not super flexible on this side, that's totally okay. We're trying to reach, right? We're trying to reach slightly beyond where we were before, and that's the only thing we can do. And again, that articulation through the entire foot is like a beautiful extension for your toes, right? Like you're using this moment to give your foot like a little bit of happy love. How often do you stretch your ankles out? So use this. Great, your last full moment here. Great, we're coming all the way back to the center, finding a deep breath, and then rolling again onto your backs. Good, opening up your knees for a moment and just allowing those hips to rock side to side. Cool, bringing those feet back to your parallel position, reaching the arms all the way up. And then circling the arms around, head, neck, and shoulders come up and we lift. Good. Palms are upward facing for the moment. Right knee comes into your chest. Stretching the right leg out, tapping behind your head. Exhale, circling around. Now again, if you feel like you need to support your head, neck, and shoulders the whole time, please do so. But for now, we're creating a little bit of a reach and then a return. We have 4 more. And finding how those toes can create a little bit more space. And noticing that your hips are not holding on to anything. Good, last 2. And then last one. Great, slowly bring that right knee into your chest. Right hand goes onto your right ankle, left hand onto your right knee, and floating this left leg all the way up. Great, we're inhaling, pull, pull, exhale, switch. So I want us to stay a little bit slower with this. Again, checking where we are with our bodies, knowing that we can still gaze at our abdominals. You can always bring your head, neck, and shoulders down to the mat if you need to, or you can always just support your head and only move your legs. That's totally fine as well. Great, you're just really slowly pulling It's almost like you can notice how you can stretch one leg and pull the other a little bit closer. So you can either have your elbows like out at a nice low V or a little bit closer to you, whatever feels good for your body and your shoulders. Good, we have one more on each side. Ending here for me. Great, slowly putting the right leg down, hands behind your head. And here we go, slowly stretching out that left leg, and then exhale, return. So remember, you're stretching and reaching, exhale back. And noticing again, where do you need more support? Where can you work a little bit harder, or more efficiently rather? Inhaling, noticing how you're again widening your wingspan each time you go. And that full feeling of reaching out through your hip socket. Like that right side is so quiet in a beautiful way of stabilization, and that left leg gets so much movement here. Great, last two. And that inhale, reach, exhale, lengthen. Cool, ending all the way here for me. You're stretching up this left leg, opening up your chest. Right leg goes all the way long. We inhale, pull that left leg, exhale, switch. Now remember, if you feel like you need to bend your legs, you may absolutely bend your legs. If you feel like this range of motion is too much, then make it smaller. And there is no, it's like a gentle grip, right? You're not like squeezing your leg for the sake of squeezing it. It's just like, okay, I feel it, I'm helping myself, pull, and then I'm switching. Great, two more on each side. Excellent, slowly come back towards the center, lower your head, neck, and shoulders down for 3, 2, and 1. Great, reaching those legs out all the way, giving a nice little flex. Fingertips are nice and long all the way up by your ears, melting your spine down your back. Inhaling, circling those arms all the way around, head, neck, and shoulders come up. We sit up nice and tall. Great, from here you circle all the way to the back right corner and find your way back. All the way to the back left corner. So again, keeping those hips grounded. We're creating now a little bit of a warm-up twist feeling. Good, staying here for your moment. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, curl your belly buttons back, rolling back for 3, 2, and 1. Inhaling, circling your arms around. Exhale, head, neck, and shoulders follow. We roll and sit up. Remember, if you need to support yourself, please do so by bending. We're staying on the right side twist first. Tapping, exhale back. And then twisting to that left as you inhale, reach. Exhale, bellies come back. Sit up tall for me. We're still only curling back for now. Noticing that full articulation through the belly, spine goes down 1 vertebrae at a time on 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, circle around. Exhale, head, neck, and shoulders lift. Great, last twist. Inhaling, twist to the back right, tapping. Exhale, back to the center. And then inhaling that back left corner. And all the way back. Good, sitting tall with your inhale. Exhale, curling, rolling down on 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great, circling those arms. We come all the way up first. And then bellies go back, roll forward. Remember, bellies stay back, spine long. Inhaling here. And then exhale, step on up. 2 more. Inhaling, sitting up tall. Exhale, belly back, reach forward. Inhale, reach, and exhale, restack. So you're trying to find that maximum lift without arching the back, right? Whatever that looks like. And even if that means you need to bend your knees a little bit, then you bend your knees, right? We find that supportive mode. Great, opening up your legs a little bit wider, so about mat width apart. Arms come all the way into a T position. You're twisting all the way to the right on your inhale. Left finger goes by your left pinky toe, right hand goes up for the saw. You breathe nice and long, inhaling. And then exhale, bend your arms, reaching to your nice T position. Inhale to the left, Right pinky on your hand goes to your left pinky toe, diving forward, left arm flips up. Inhale, reach. Exhale, find your way back to your starting point. Great. Inhaling, twisting to the right, hips down, shoulders down. Exhale, reach and dive. Great. Inhaling here. Now let's bend the elbows and find that like nice open feeling. Over to the left. Inhale, twist to the left. You're bending your elbows. You're almost allowing for this dive to be like a beautiful flow moment. Inhale again, and then bend, reach, and see the difference. Last time on each side. So you're inhaling, twisting to the right. We're bending and flowing the arms through that maximum reach. Great. Inhale a little bit longer, and exhale, bending. It's almost like you're finding your way back to your length. Oh, I love it. Last time. Inhale, twisting to the left. Exhale, bend and dive. And again, you notice that right hip stays down as you inhale, reach a little bit more. And then exhale, find your way all the way to the center. Great, floating your arms down for a moment. Just gently walk your legs into the middle. Give them a nice little shaky shake. Cool, and from here, we're slowly coming again onto all fours. Alrighty, so let's notice what's happening here. The knees are underneath the hips, the shoulders are open, the elbows are all the way back. You're tucking your toes for me and lifting those knees off the floor and hovering. We're not up here, everyone. We're really as low to the ground as we can be. We make mini pulses with the elbows, so you're bending and stretching. That's what I mean by mini pulse. You inhale, bend, exhale, stretch. We have 5 more. Trying to notice how much control you can still have, right? Seeing maybe even if you can come lower. Sometimes we float up higher. Last 2. And last 1. Good. Knees come down, take a deep breath, shift your weight all the way back. And hold. Great. Holding here for 3, 2, 1. Curling through the center, finding your way all the way back. All right, so let's stretch out this left leg here. Right arm comes behind your head. And we have this nice openness all the way up. And then we slowly come on down. Right elbow goes down to the floor. Left elbow goes bend. We reach this left leg all the way up. Hold for a moment. You're opening your left leg all the way to the side without shifting into that right hip. Opening up that left leg again. Grounding the left foot back down on the floor and pushing on up to open. So we'll try that a few more times. So remember, you're inhaling, tapping the elbow down, bending the elbow on the left, reaching that left leg up. Opening your left leg to the side, trying to keep the stability through the middle. Reaching this left leg all the way up, and then regrounding. Cool. So let's inhale, open. Exhale, tap and lift. Great. Inhale, open and lift. And then exhale, reground. So we have 3 more to go, and you'll notice again where the body wants to open. I do really love this in a sense of like being able to open and ground. If you feel like your elbow is unhappy, you may always put your full arm down, by the way. And then when you're ready to come back to the center, then you can also just reconnect with your head. And you allow your neck to come along through the process as much as it wants to or can. And even here, we're staying really nice and quiet. Right, that left elbow is gently bent, reaching back towards the hip. Cool. And sensing that full side reach. And noticing how the right side can still stay grounded. Good, last full time here. Inhale, open. Exhale, reach. Great. Left leg. Lift. And then finding your way back to the center. Good, opening up nice and wide here. Fingertips are spread. Right leg comes out to meet it, and we hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great. Left knee comes down, tucking those toes. Left hand behind your head. Here we go. Inhale, open to the left. Exhaling, bending the right elbow. Left elbow comes down, open wide. Slowly reaching with those right legs. Lifting on up. And remember, you're finding stability, meaning we're not rushing through this. I want you to sense how each time you just find a little bit more control throughout the move. The right shoulder stays down, the left shoulder stays down. You tap, you reach, and you notice how you can still flex and ground, and then push yourself up, not just with that right arm, but still with that side body. Great, we have another 5, so just take your time. As we exhale round. Great. And sometimes it's nice to close your eyes for a second and just be on the inside. Like, what body parts are talking to you? Where do you feel like you really need to activate, right? There's enough going on here that allows you to focus. If your mind starts to wander, just like a meditation, you can always just bring it back. There's no blame here, there's no judgment. I'm just asking you to be as much in your body at this moment as you can. Exhaling ground, pushing all the way up. Great for your last full moment here. Inhaling, opening and closing. Exhaling it down. Great, and then reaching that left arm all the way up, reaching that left leg out, holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees come down and shift your weight all the way back. Awesome. So let's come on to the backs again. See what I mean? We're just like constantly changing direction. That's where I'm at right now. Good. So one hand on top of the other, forehead glued to your hands. Feet are together. Great. Inhaling here. And then exhale, slowly bring your head, neck, and shoulders off of the floor by keeping your head, neck, and shoulders connected, meaning your forehead stays glued to your hands. Take an inhale here. Exhale, reach the arms all the way around. Great. Finding your way back to your starting point. Hands reconnect, head reconnects, and then melt yourself down. Great, now let's keep our head, neck, and shoulders down. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, just float your legs off the floor. We open and close for 5 and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great, slowly melting down. Take another deep inhale. And then exhale, lift up the belly, float the head, neck, and shoulders up. Great. Inhale, reaching around. And exhale, finding your way back to the starting point. Inhale, lift up a tiny bit higher. And exhale, melt down. Keeping the head, neck, and shoulders where they are. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, float those legs off the floor where you can. Great. Slowly breathing as we open and close the legs for 5. Squeeze and close for 4. And noticing again, where are you holding yourself? Can you keep your belly lifted? Can you keep your legs long? Great. Last 2. And your last full one here. Slowly bring the feet down, take a deep breath. Last set. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, head, neck, and shoulders come up. Great. Inhaling, reaching around, noticing the lift. Exhale, circling those arms around, reconnecting your hands to your head. Inhale, come up a tiny bit higher. Exhale, melt down. Great. Inhale, prepare your legs. Exhale, lift up the belly, float those legs off the floor. And then we open and close with our long, deep breaths for 5. And again, even here, you notice how much your belly lifts to support the back. And you reach with those toes for the last 2. And 1. Super. slowly coming all the way back down. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Shift your weight all the way back for a little bit of a stretch. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great. And then finding your way back onto your side body on your left. All the way here. Awesome. So keeping your left leg long in the front and your right leg on top is nice and extended out from your hip. Your right fingertips are here for now. Giving that right foot a flex. Your inhale kicking and then exhaling, swinging back. Now, with this swing, I want you to notice what's going on, because essentially not much, meaning there's a lot of control here, but your body itself is not going anywhere. Great, we have another inhale, kick, exhale, swing. Now, if you feel like you have a lot of control at this moment, by all means, bring your hand in a different position, but you can always keep your fingertips on the floor. Great, 2 more. And your last one here. Great, in this back position, we're making mini circles. Now the mini circles are simply an extension of the hip, right? You're keeping the belly lifted, there's no wobbling, right? If this is what's happening, make it smaller, make it slower. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse the circles for me. Just noticing how this full side lift feels very supported. Keep the chest open. Great, we have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly bring both feet back towards the center, reaching all the way out. Left arm comes long, and then we bring this right arm all the way up and over for a moment. Great, palms are downward facing. Reaching the right leg out in front of you. Excuse me, let me try that again. Knees stay connected and just stretch out the right leg. Great, from here, take a nice deep breath. You're reaching the right leg all the way to the top, shifting your weight over to the other side, bringing your bent knee along for the ride. Great, your shoulders stay down. Inhale, left knee open, staying bent, and your right leg comes up and over. So think about almost twisting from the waist. You're keeping that right leg long the whole time. You come up to the top. You notice that you shift your weight over to the right while your left knee stays bent, and you're allowing this full body reach. So I want you to take up as much space as you can. Great, your last full time here, inhaling up and over. Exhale, stop. Great, inhale, prepare. And then exhale, find your way back to the starting point. Great, slowly bending your knees, finding your way all the way into the middle. And then bringing those knees all the way over towards the right. Stretching out your left leg now, so your knees are still stacked. Inhaling the left leg up. And then exhaling, right knee comes up and over. And you'll notice that when you're here, it's almost like your body takes up more space than before. And that's okay. You just notice where you're at. You can always adjust your hands accordingly. Good. 2 more. Inhaling up and over. Exhale, engage the belly. Allow the right knee to follow suit. Super. Inhale, prepare. And then exhale, floating your way. And even within this process, seeing if you can keep this connection point of, like, you know, your legs are working together, but how much space can you allow in between the knees? Inhale again. And then exhale, open. Excuse me, I just was eating my own hair. It's amazing. Bringing your left knee on top. And then finding your way back to your center. Great, bringing your heels a little bit further away from you, palms come up. Inhale, reaching your arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Exhale, head, neck, and shoulders follow, and we sit up super tall. Great, floating over onto our right side, please. Making sure that the right elbow is underneath the right shoulder. Bringing your fingertips here first, and then extending the bottom right leg long. Left leg on the top goes straight out from the hip. Flexing that top foot, you inhale, kick forward, and exhale, point back. Now, remember, the bottom leg can either be flexed or pointed, depending on what you feel is more supportive or where your leg is happiest. If at this point, again, you feel like, I don't need those fingertips very much, then feel free to bring that left hand behind your head. And we're embracing this full upper body stillness, right? You know you're pushing away, but there's still not so much pressure in the shoulder. And we do that by engaging the belly even more. Great, we have another 3. And creating all of that reach through the heel and the toes for 2. Last full moment here for 1. Great, now we make our baby circles, keeping the legs super long. And remember, if you need to look down at the floor, support yourself, you may always do that. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then reversing those circles for me. Still focusing on that lift of the side. Great, we have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Super, finding your way back to the center. And then rolling onto your back. And just stopping at your shoulder blades, so bringing your knees into your chest and finding this amount of huggy feeling. Great, and the knees come into a tabletop, hands come behind your head. And we're slowly twisting over towards the right, bending the right leg, stretching out the left, and then coming straight away over to the other side. So this crisscross version of just that nice reach. Now you'll notice I'm not trying to reach my elbow to my knee. You're trying to keep your wingspan of your elbows as wide as you can. The hips completely don't go anywhere, and you allow that twist to be fully in control just from your belly button. You're inhaling, stretching and reaching, and exhale back. Now we're also keeping the knees next to each other, so you're not flopping your knees outwards. You're just allowing for that nice long stretch where the knees know where they're going, which is staying parallel. We have 1 more on each side. Great, let's twist to the right 1 more time, all the way here. Now stretch up the right leg and lower the left leg down, and then come back to your starting point, but don't twist. So reach the right leg up, left leg goes long, and we come back to our starting point. Great, 3 more only. And you'll notice, can you come up a tiny bit higher? Can you support your head? Can you invite a little bit more space into that leg L? Great, last one here. Cool. Twist away, straight away to the left side, holding there for a moment. And then you inhale, stretch up the left, lower the right, and exhale back for 5, 4. And again, there's still this feeling of pushing and stretching for 3, elbows stay wide, knowing how you can move here for 2, and your last full one for 1. Great, back to the center, soles of your feet back in the middle. Releasing your hands for me here, and then melting your spine down. 3, 2, 1. Palms are getting pushed away, hands come all the way down. Floating the right knee and then the left all the way here. Great, push into the floor as you keep your knees together, lift your hips up just a tiny bit, and then slowly find your way back down, reaching out the legs. Now we're not making some crazy big range of motion because your spine needs to stay melted. Your belly still stays down. I want us to feel the lift and the control of the lower core, and then that groundedness as you stretch it out. Great, we have another 3. And again, that feeling of expansion and pushing down with your hands, not necessarily letting your arms relax, right? Your fingertips are all in the floor for 2. Last time here for 1. Great, knees come into your chest, palms come up, reaching all the way up for me, head, neck, and shoulders follow. And here we go, we're stretching both legs out, arms come all the way by our ears. And then you're circling back around earlier, like we did earlier with that reaching feeling when we were in the bridge, and then you exhale, find your way back. Great, inhale and reach. And remember, if at any point you feel like you need to support your head, neck, and shoulders, just focus on the legs. Great, we have 3 more. Inhaling, expanding as you stretch that circle for 2. And then your last full move here for 1. Great, hands come underneath your knees and then rock yourself up. Great, let's open up the chest and seeing if we can roll back this way. So I want you to find your length first and then create a little bit more curl back. You're slowly rocking back and finding your way up. So you're sitting up tall first, and then you're allowing the spine to curl as you rock. And then find your way back up. Good, one more time like this. So you're inhaling, curling and rolling, and then finding your way up. Great, let's slowly stretch out this left leg, reaching the right leg all the way up, opening up here, and same thing. So you're curling and rocking and finding your way up. And again, it might feel different. We're kind of trying to keep that space between the legs more or less the same. Good, slowly lower the right leg and then reach the left leg up. And opening up first and then curling back and reaching with the right leg as you hold on to the left. Good, two more. And your last full one here. Great, hands come on the outsides of your ankles. This is gonna be really fun. Take an open breath and stretch. Good, holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2. I know it's okay if you fall. And 1. Great, slowly bring your knees back down. It's a process. So rocking and rolling and falling is also part of the process, everyone. Reaching forward, allowing your upper body to fall. Great, take another inhale. And then slowly stack your spines up on 3, 2, and 1. Great, reconnect your knees next to each other. Hands come next to you. Shift your weight forward. And then just hang nice and long. Heel toeing your feet out to the outer edges of your mat. And then bending the right leg and bending your left. You can also cross, or rather grab onto your opposite elbow, allowing your body to gently just twist from side to side. Great, whenever you're ready, here's where we say yes to everything that fits our vision of what we'd like our life to be, and we actively say no to everything else. Let me take another inhale, and then exhale, release your hands, slowly stack and roll up your spine on 3, 2,